Welcome back. My name is Nicolbw and this is Agrarian Skies. And I have done a lot of stuff since I last talked to you guys. And we have all of our Java barrels set up. So we have an empty space here, but that's going to be for steel. I made a copy of this world and went into creative in that copy and rearrange the stuff that's behind these barrels so that it's a little more compact and organized. And I also built the buildings that I'm going to build here, and it looks kind of neat, kind of different. So if we look back here, I'll explain it from the back to the front because that's the way that it flows. So here we have an igneous extruder feeding the crucibles, which are making lava. That lava is getting fed into 4 magmatic dynamos. I had to switch to the magmatic dynamos because the coal that we were getting was just not enough to power the steam dynamos. So we really needed 4. The magmatic ones. You only need 3 of them to power the pulverizers, but I have 4 just because I want a backup and have enough energy stored up just in case. I also set the max output to 240 because that's all that you need for the pulverizers. So I have the power going into a hardened energy cell, and then I have those powering the pulverizers. So we have 3 igneous extruders here. This part is the same as the last video. They're making cobble, feeding them into pulverizers. So we have 1 row making gravel, 1 row making sand, and 1 row making dust. Then this over here, I switched the aqueous accumulator over to here and moved them closer to this setup. The water is going into the barrels next to mycelium. It's making witch water, which then I have some sand, and I have a servo here that only sand is whitelisted. So I have sand coming in here. Every once in a while I'll pick up the mushrooms and put them in here, and I have the rest of it blocked off so it's not taking all of this room for the sand when we need it to sift over there. So it only keeps a stack of sand in here, and so that sand is being put into the witch water once it gets 100%, and then it makes the soul sand, which is getting pulled out through the bottom. And I have, do I have these on? Oh, that must be a glitch, because it shows they're on and they're working. Okay, that must have been a glitch. Okay, and then it's getting pulled out and put into the barrels. So all of this stuff is getting put into the barrels. I have then item decks down below, switching these. I guess it doesn't really matter because they're only going in there. These do not have any sort of configuration, so it won't go into the bottom ones. So it doesn't matter if it looks like this. They're only going into the top of the autonomous activators, which are then putting them into the sieves. So I have these all separated by covers so that they're not, like the gravel's not going into any of them other than this one. So I have 3 sets of autonomous activators, except for the one for the sand. I only have 2 working for that because there's not very much sand. It's not filling up the autonomous activator. Once it does, then I'll probably make another one. But at the time, I only had enough for 3 more, so that's the one I picked to not have all of them. So then we have vacuum hoppers above the sieves, picking up the stuff and going into chests. I have them alternating so that the chests don't mix up and make double chests. Then there's an item deck, which I have blocking so they don't connect back here. I have item decks pulling out the stuff and going into the barrels from the back. Now back here, I have an igneous extruder doing the same thing with the lava in the crucibles. This lava is being piped through here into the tanks for the smelteries. So we have 3 smelteries. One of them is for glass and stone only, so we can make seared bricks, because my buildings that I want to build are going to take a lot of seared bricks, and one of the buildings is going to take a lot of the clear glass. So we have glass and stone only. This one is going to take silver, lead, nickel, copper, and shiny only, because none of those mix to make anything else. And then this one is going to take iron, tin, gold, and aluminum only, because those do not mix to make anything else. If I do need to make something that mixes, like Invar or Electrum or anything like that, I'm going to use the smeltery over there by the house to mix that. This part is not automated. I'm going to have to put the stuff in there by myself or manually. For now, at least, I can automate the stone and the glass. I can automate those. I can just put an igneous extruder with an item dock and just pipe it in that way for the stone, which is probably what I'm gonna do later in this episode. But for now, we need to get these ready. So I have the smeltery drains on top. They're being connected by the pipes. Definitely make sure your lava pipe is not connected to your metal pipes, because that is a big old mess. So they're connected. They're going into these basins. The basins have hoppers down below that all point into a chest, which then the chest goes into the barrel item dock system. So what we have here is we have servos above each one, and I have them set to pull out because I don't want them just putting metals in willy-nilly. What we're going to do is we're going to whitelist each metal or item for that specific dock. So like here we'll probably have iron, and we will whitelist the molten iron, and then it will only put iron in here, and we'll switch it from that to that. So for now we're going to do that, but in order to do that we're going to need to make a tank. So this will be our first tank that we're making, and I already have the stuff set up here. We're going to use a portable tank, and we just need the small one for now. So I think the next one takes Invar, which we could make because we have some Invar already made, because I needed to make the magnetic dynamos with it, so I made a bunch of it, but we don't need it. So what we need to do is, I'm just gonna, we'll just do it in this one. I'm gonna go ahead and smelt up the iron, and what we need is to have the tank on there. So this is the only place that the liquid is gonna go, the molten liquid. So I just decided on using 3 of them. We only need 2 at the most, or at the least. You need to, because I'm not sure if we can do this without a bucket and just use the tank to set the liquid to whitelist. If we need a bucket, then we have a bucket to use. Not that big a deal. I'll go ahead and put that there. So that melted, and it's gonna get pulled out, I thought. Oh, you know what? We need to set these like that, and then we need levers. I forgot about the levers. Okay. We need 3 levers. Okay, and that should be filling up, and you can see that there's some in there. So if we take that off, then let's try it without the bucket. Yep, and we can use it without the bucket. So there we set it. It's on the white list, and the redstone control doesn't really matter, although with all the levers and stuff I have around, it's probably best to have it disabled. So there's the iron. We can go ahead and put this back on there and then set that like that. It drains out. No, we want to drain out. And then the iron should come down here and fill in. Oh wait, we have to set this like that. And then the iron will come in here and fill this up. Then once the fluid ducts say they're empty, then we can do the next one. So that is, now that that's set to just iron, then we don't have to worry about any of the other metals going in there. So the next one we're gonna have, we need to set that on blue. So this is what I'm gonna do for each of these metals. I'm also gonna do it for the glass and for the seared stone. There's going to be one extra for the steel once I make the steel, this thing with the scorched bricks, the high oven. I'm going to have that set up somewhere around here. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put it yet, and I will put the pipes, the drain, I'll hook it up along with this so that it will drain into one of these. So I will be back when I have all of those done. Okay, we're back, and I'm just finishing up the last one, which is the glass. Whitelist it. Put that back there. We need to turn that on and that down. It will make the block, but that's okay. Okay, so there's a little bit left. Okay, so the last one that we have left is the steel. We'll have to do the same thing with the steel once we make the high oven. But as you can see, all the other ones are made and ready to go. And we can start smelting up our metals a lot easier now. Let's put this away. If we look in the book, as I was making this, I wasn't really paying attention to the book. And then I noticed that we have quests with unclaimed rewards. So if we go in here, I have been completing this a lot. So I have been claiming those. This, I finally did make soul sand. We got glowstone dust from sifting the stuff. I think I get it from dust, and the ender pearls came from the mob farm over there, and I needed to use them for the vacuum hoppers. So it really doesn't matter, does it? We'll make the fish. Okay, so we did make the autonomous activators. We also made an aqueous accumulator back there and the vacuum hoppers back there. So that was something that I had already done. Also with this, we had to make steam dynamos, which is something that I had done before, so let's claim that one. And this one, we needed to make pulverizers, which we did, and we'll get a diamond hammer, so that's excellent. The next thing in this line is to make an auto packager, and let's see, we still haven't done any of those. I think there's one quest here that got done. I made a juicer, so I've been making the carrot juice. The bakeware is just 8 glass in a circle, and the mixing bowl, I think, is just wood and a stick. So those were pretty easy to make, and then we had to make apple juice, which we had already made. So kind of did that not on purpose, just by making different things to eat. So I've also already made a pot and a mortar and pestle. I made carrot cake, I think is what I made, which used all of those different things. So we need to make a skillet and a cutting board, which I think we could probably go ahead and make. Let's do these. It's greater and good. Let's look at the good reward bags. We got cultivated bees, not too bad. Fish jerky, which is not too bad, and spaghetti and meatballs, which is not too bad. Since it is early game, those are actually fairly good rewards. This one is bacon jerky, so we've got more food. I will never complain about food. Okay, so we needed to make a cutting board, which is iron planks and a stick. I think we can do that. And we have iron right there we got from our reward. So there's our cutting board, and then we needed to make a skillet, right? Which is just iron and a stick. So there's that, and we can finish that one and claim our reward. This one is gonna take a cow. We don't have a cow because we don't have any grass or anything to spawn them on. So there's nothing else that we've done. This one requires all of the tanks, so we have not done that. No. So yeah, as far as quests go, I'm not sure what else to what to focus on next. I think we need to get our seared stone up and running and processing for that, and get some metals smelted. I have some more hearts here, so let's get those. I forgot, we got another bag. Peach saplings, so we might plant those around. Let's go ahead and grab these while we're here. And we'll look over here with the farms. I come over here every now and then and harvest them when I need more food. So let's put those away. Put that away. We'll put that in there since it's food. And put those. I don't have it says Fortune 3 on it. I don't have a chest for the bees yet, but because this is over here, let's put them here. Okay. So my next step is going to be to get a igneous extruder set up with that third smelter, get some of these metals smelted, and get a nice stock of metal blocks up so that way we can start making some of the other machines that we need for some of the other areas. I would like a tree farm going. If I can get a tree farm set up, that would be great, so I can tear down all of these trees and I wouldn't have to manually do it anymore. So that's something that I would like to do soon, is that. We also need some grass set up over there so we can start getting some animals and get some seeds and plants going for our farms over there and get the farm set up. So that's the direction I'm going to be going, but for now I'm going to get this stuff set up and started going, and yeah, it looks like we have everything started and on the right track. So until next time, I hope you guys have a good day and enjoy playing Agrarian Skies for yourself. Bye bye!